Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike. Thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. I hope you're having fun with this series this week. We kind of talked about it on Monday, right? 4 things that you need. What are they? Well, Monday we talked about, hey, how about more referrals? Could you use some more referrals from past clients and sphere of influence? Sure, I think we all could. Yesterday we talked about more time off. Is there any of us that wouldn't like a little bit more time off? If you missed those, I hope you'll go back and review the recordings. Maybe there's something there that'll help you. Today I want to talk about something that, I don't know. Well, you decide. You decide how important this is to you. How about more net income? Would you like to have a little bit more net income? You know what that is, right? Net income, it's the difference between what you make and what you keep, right? What you get to take home with you. If an accountant was on the line with us, if my accountant Harry was on the line with us right now, he would say, oh, you mean the difference between above the line and below the line people. Because to accountants, there's only 2 types of people on the planet. There's above the line and below the line people. Above the line people, they care about every single expense. All they want to measure is what things cost. If you're talking about any concept to an above the line person, their first reaction is, yeah, but what's that going to cost? Yeah, but what's that going to cost? And they're fanatical about above the line cost. They don't really measure return, they measure expenses. Okay, that's fine. The other kind of person is a below the line person. A below the line person's not so wrapped up in expenses, they're wrapped up in what do they get. So if something costs $10, well, do I make 11? Well, yeah. Okay, well then let's do it. But what about, see, an above the line person would just get freaked out. They get freaked out by below the line people. They're going, yeah, but what about the $10? And the below the line person says, but I get 11. I know, but you've got to spend 10. What if you don't get the 11? And the below the line person says, but it's very likely that I will. I mean, gosh, I guess I could get hit by a train today. I mean, all kinds of things could happen, but do you live your life like that? And the above the line person goes, uh-huh, I do. So accountants, they're always looking at people and trying to judge, are you an above the line or a below the line person? I would say that to you. Are you an above the line or a below the line person? The problem that almost all real estate agents have is that they're constantly solving for the net. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, look, after 3 decades in this business, I'm absolutely positive that I'm right about this. I just think some people won't like it. But some things are true whether you want to agree with them or not. And this is one of those things. The problem that almost all real estate agents have, and I did too at one time, is that they're constantly solving for the net. They're constantly trying to solve this problem. I need to take home more money. So they create ineffective short-term solutions to solve for the problem that I don't really think they have. I think they're solving the wrong problem. And this leads to lots of frustration, dismay, bewilderment, and confusion because, look, I thought I'd created solutions for this problem, but I'm still in the problem. What's going on here? How do they do that? Well, to try to solve for the net income problem, they don't invest in themselves. Well, I can't do that. That costs too much money. They don't invest in their business, or if they do, they eke it out. They never get scaled. They never do enough to be able to reach a scale where you could actually start to see a return on your investment. Why? They're cheap. So I'm going to use an example. We have a newsletter program that I advocate here through the company RSP. It's pretty good. I don't think you could, I mean, everything can always be better, but I don't think you can do it cheaper yourself. Definitely not at the quality level that they're sending out. And I watch many of our associates participate in this, and they just don't reach a scale to allow them enough of a return. They will spend $300 a month every other month. I'm like, well, you're missing a zero. Oh my God, $3,000 every other month? $3,000 every month. Oh my God, the reaction is just, well, that's crazy talk. I can't do that. I know, and I know why. You're trying to solve for the net income problem. I can't spend that much money. So they don't invest in themselves, and they don't invest in their business, and they cut corners everywhere they can. They even choose their real estate company off of this. I don't sell that many homes, and I'm not making that much money, so I need to be somewhere where it's cheaper and I can keep more of the money. I know. You're trying to solve for the net income problem. But here's the problem with all of that. Trust me on this. I'm about to tell you a truth. The most expensive thing any of us will ever have in our real estate careers is the money I could have made, but I didn't. So, yeah, I can cut expenses everywhere. I can fail to invest in myself. I can fail to invest in my business. I can cut corners at every opportunity. I can even change the real estate company I'm with based on how cheap they are. And I say, that's all fine. I know what you're doing. I was probably there at one point too. Probably the most expensive mistake you're ever going to make in your business. But you won't ever get an invoice for it. So you may or may not even have an awareness of how much poor decision making is actually costing you. Spend $300 every other month on a newsletter instead of $3,000 every month. Maybe you get a deal out of it, maybe. But you'll never know about the 10 to 15 deals you could have gotten, making $10,000 to $15,000 per transaction, if you had just gotten scaled right. Because you're cheap. Not much different than every for sale by owner on the planet, right? I mean, I get it. You're trying to save a 6% commission. What's that cost you in the process? Well, statistically, look, you can tell it to for sale by owners till you're blue in the face and they don't want to believe it and they think it's self-serving information. I get it. It still doesn't make it wrong. The for sale by owner on average is going to get 13% less for their home than they could have gotten listing it with a real estate agent. Now, this call is about net income. Let's look at that example. On average, a for sale by owner, because of lack of exposure to the marketplace, nobody knows their damn house is for sale, and they can put it on Zillow all they want. The lack of exposure is going to cost them on average, which by definition, right, means that half the people lose more than this. On average, they're going to lose 13% less than if they had listed it with the real estate agent. So if this for sale by owner was actually concerned about keeping more of their money, then should they really sell the house themselves? Well, they're going to get 13% less. Why? You're not getting enough exposure. Well, I have to pay the real estate agent 6%, and that's way too much. Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you walk away from closing, you still had 7% more in your pocket than if you had tried to do it yourself. And if you have a $400,000 home, that's almost $30,000. So in this example, I want you to look at what the for sale by owner trying to increase their net actually cost themselves. They cost themselves almost $30,000. And they had to do all the work themselves, and it probably took longer, and no telling how many deals fell apart on them. They had to resell the house because they just simply didn't know what they were doing. What did they gain? Now, they might feel, well, I walked out of closing, see, I can sell the house myself. See, I saved 6%. And I would be saying, well, you dumbass. You just cost yourself $30,000. The biggest expense that you and I are ever going to have in our business, folks, is the money we could have made, but we didn't. I hope you won't be like this for sale by owner. And in the process of trying to cut expenses, and you fail to invest in yourself and your business, and you don't get yourself aligned with the right place in this industry where you can actually sell more homes, I hope you don't do that, because just like this for sale by owner, there's no telling what the cost there is. It could be tens, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars through the course of your career. You want to increase your net income? Invest in yourself. Focus on the gross. Focus on the gross. That's how you'll increase your net. This is Mike. And I know this is tough, and I know it goes against all the talking points that are out there, all the noise that are out there. But if you'll follow me on this, this is how you're going to go out, and you're going to make it happen for yourself today.